Notice your Prepper Principal, and this is Coffee Talk number 186 live stream, April the 2nd, 2024, 7 p.m. Central Time, and you are here with me for another issue, a series of issues. Yes, everybody, please, when you come in, please hit the like button. It will be greatly appreciated and it will help my channel. Was an interesting day today back. Most of the school's paraprofessionals took an extra day off. I don't know if this is something that they had intended to do, but both of my paraprofessionals were absent today, and they wound up sending teachers to help me. The Black Widow channel and Joseph Moore, welcome to you both. I have been told, I heard that the people who were not returning had already been notified they weren't returning. Teachers, possibly paraprofessionals. You know, a lot of the paraprofessionals are not the best quality you would want. They have issues with them. And a paraprofessional does not have a contract, is not on a contract, they're at-will employees. And at the end of the school year, they receive what's called a letter of assurance, which basically states that they're coming back, that they have a position for next year, but it's not the same thing as a contract. I'm expecting to receive an electronic contract that I have to go in and do an electronic signature on, and then I can print it out sometimes in the near future. But not everybody's coming back. And right now my campus is 3 special education teachers down. 2 that are not here and 1 that will not be returning. So they've got 3 special ed positions they have to fill. So that will be interesting. Yeah, you could say that, Uncle Al. You could use that word. Well, for one thing, deported. No. Some of these are Anglos. They're all women, and they don't have the work ethic. They're from the younger generation. I don't know what generation you'd call them, but they're not. You know, I don't think they're not boomers, and they're not generation. Is it X? Is the next generation? Is it X? I don't know. But we're talking 20, 25, 30-year-old, you know, women. And Holly Ivans. The way I'm a retired educator who was an administrator for 23 years. I've been an assistant principal, I've been a principal, I've been a director at the central office, I've had different positions. The way things basically work is they issue you a contract, and let's say you sign your contract but you want to get out of it, you have until the end of June to resign, and they can't do anything about it. After June, going into July, they can try to hold up your ability to go to a different job. They can basically pull your They can ask the state to pull, if they wanted to, they could ask the state to threaten to pull your license if you try to leave after July the 1st. Now, usually, if you tell them, well, you know, most most teachers are women. The majority of teachers are women, and a lot of them, it's the second income. They have a husband that works. Some of the husbands are professionals that have to move occasionally, and they move with the husband, and they're the lesser salary, because usually the teaching salary is not going to be like a lot of the professionals are making over $100,000 a year, and a teacher is making like $50,000, $60,000 a year, depending on how much experience they have, where they're at, that kind of stuff. Prepper Book Club, welcome, Prepper Book Club. Idaho Garden Girl. So, normally, if they know that you're married, and most of the time they know a little bit about you. Your husband works; he's a professional. He works in a profession, and periodically his company moves people around. They move, like if it's a large corporation, they've got different areas or sites, different places, and sometimes they move you around. And then the wife has to go with the husband. They relocate them. So if you're in that kind of situation, they'll normally let you out of your contract. And sometimes it's a situation like during the course of the year, and they have to make a move and everything, and everything involved. And the wife resigns. She may not go back to work that year. Maybe the next year she goes back to work. She's got to, and if they're moving you out of state, different states do not accept other states' certifications. Usually what happens is they usually require some sort of like test or something, or they want to make out a deficiency plan, or they do something other that says you've got to get certified through that state. So you get a situation where you move from, so say you're in Texas and you move to California, or you move from California to Texas or whatever. Well, the requirements are a little bit different. So, it could be that you have to do something other in order to acquire a position, to be able to get a certification. I was over at the DMV yesterday, and there was a man who is a truck driver. He's got CDL, and he had moved from Colorado to Texas. Oh, and he was talking about how horrible it is in Colorado, blue state. Beautiful, beautiful place, but that really you don't want to live there. And how he was so much happier he's living in Texas. Well, he's trying to get his CDL here. Licenses like that. It's not the same thing with a license. You get a license here, same thing as a license there, because license good for all 50 states. However, when it comes to like renewing licenses or type thing, sometimes things are a little bit different. And you're getting a CDL, there's certain requirements, like you've got to take physicals, and you've got to certain things that you got to do for a CDL. So they were talking about, well, he had to go and he had to apply for his CDL had just expired this past month, a couple of weeks before it expired, and he'd been trying to get it replaced and everything, and he hadn't been able to because of certain things. And so they said, well, you've got to contact your state, Colorado, where you were, get your CDL renewed there, and then you have a valid CDL there, then you bring it to us, and we'll give you a CDL here. But you need to get it renewed there and active, and then you can come here and we'll give you one. But we can't give you one if it's expired when you were from there. And I don't know. I was just listening what they were telling him and what he was saying, what they were talking about. It's just, to me, it was a bunch of crap. Nice guy. He's in his 50s, grandfather. And we had talked a little bit. Very, very nice, patriotic guy. And I just thought, man, the BS they put you through. And then they need a copy of my birth certificate. And it's like, well, I gave them all the credentials when I got my original license, way back when. Whatever they needed, and it's just been renewed. Renewed, renewed, renewed. Well, I've renewed my license in Victoria because I've been here for over 20 years. No problems. Normally, they give you an eye test. You got to read that eye chart. They they scan both of your thumbs, and they normally want two forms of identification. So, like, I show them, my old driver's license, which certainly is me, and then I'll pull up my social security card. And then all of a sudden, well, we need your birth certificate. We don't have your birth certificate on file. Well, I was born in Corpus, which is Nueces County, and I'm 100 and some odd miles north of that. I've been living in Victoria for over 20 years. And I've renewed my license, and and I've had to have been to the same place over DMV, and I had to drive home, get my birth certificate, take it over to them so they could take a picture of my birth certificate. So now they got my birth certificate on file, and maybe that's something that the state is requiring now to make sure that illegals don't get a driver's license. Because you get a driver's license, and then they want to give you voter rights, and there are blue states that are wanting to give driver's licenses to non-citizens, and then that's an open door for them being able to vote. And nobody's going to question if they got a driver's license. So it's a big stink. It's a big stink. I haven't been paying attention to who's coming in. Let's see, Little Lone Prepper's here and Hillbilly Josh. Welcome, Little Lone Prepper. And Hillbilly Josh Lofton. Loftus, F-T-I-S. Mama for Boys, welcome. I don't know if anybody else has snuck in. Gotta backtrack and see comments, see if anybody else snuck in on me. Melinda Elliott snuck in on me. Hello, Melinda. So, as I had said before some of y'all had come in, my first day back after Easter, had 4 days off. Most of the paraprofessionals on my campus were absent today. There were 2 or 3 that were there. Most of the special education paras were absent. Like maybe three or 4 of them were there. So they had to send help because I can't be alone, and I've got obligations with the kids for certain things, and I need to have help. So they sent. I managed to get one substitute. They sent me a sub, and they sent me a special ed teacher. And originally they were going to send me 2 special ed teachers. As a matter of fact, the 2 special education teachers showed up, and one of them had a bunch to do because she's the department head and everything. They're doing art stuff, and so I said, "Don't worry." She said, "Well, I'll check back on you a couple times." So, we take care of business. I did not go out to lunch, which I rarely go out to lunch. Oh, here's some more people coming in. Let's see. Benoy Vlog Creation F4. Hello, Benoy. Welcome. Guys, if you are not subscribed, please subscribe. Reach out and subscribe to each other. Help each other grow. Let me go to your channel. Benoit has 2,090 subscribers, 799 videos. Let me share you out. And Benoit, I'm already subscribed to Benoit, and Benoit already has user rights. Then another channel came in. It knew Gak Mix TV. Let me go to this channel. Hello. Nugak Mix TV has 3,089K subscribers, 879 videos. I am subscribed. Let me share this channel out. And let me give you a standard moderator. You are now a standard moderator. Belinda's Country Living. Hello, Belinda. Thank you for coming in to my live stream. Belinda has a wonderful channel herself. And I mean to tell you, she gets the likes. She gets the views. She gets the likes. They love her pantry hauls. Her pantry hauls gets tons of views. No problem. Appreciate you coming by. Reach out and touch each other. Subscribe. Connect. 12 likes, 12 in the house. If you have not left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. So as I was saying before, I had sent, I send out goodie boxes to people. My next goodie box, which I've got to finish the video and I got to box it up. I got all the items and I got the box, is going to go to Scott, the SD Mountain Man. And he's always doing fired up videos and cast iron videos like Cast Iron Wednesday and Fired Up Friday, and always showing how he uses a how he makes a fire and everything and all. And me, here's a little small flag of the United States, Zippo. It's a mini one. This is a mini one. These are like 15 bucks. And I don't use these regularly. Shoot. All right, fired up, got the fire. These are cute. I'd much rather safety matches, just little matches, or a box of matches. These are fireproof. These will burn for 25 seconds when you and these are like $5, and I paid like $1.50 for them. What a bunch of them. When you get something cheap, buy it. Buy a lot of it. When you can get a good deal, buy a bunch of it. Here's one's waterproof. And I got a Zippo one. I got different brands and different varieties. But I mean, this came out of a pack of rations. And I mean, First Strike lights. And I got tons of these. And I got tons of kitchen matches and such. Wayne the Ungrateful Peasant. Trina's this and that. I'm not paying attention when people come in. Hello, Wayne. And Trina's this and that, hello. Please leave a like to support the channel. It will be greatly appreciated. So as I was saying, I send people preps that I feel like they need. You know, when I send a goodie box out, I try to put stuff in it that's worth. I put goodies in it, but I try to put stuff that's, you know, that would work for them. So as an example, I usually put in a folding camp stove. This is a Coggins folding camp stove, about $11. And you use like sterno or, you know, chafing. This is burns 6 hours. I get a 12 pack of these at Sam's for $20, and I got a bunch of them. You light them. It takes 12-15 minutes to boil the water. Depends on what the temperature is. It depends on how much water you're boiling. There are various factors. You know, it takes a little while. But if you just let it burn, it'll burn for 6 hours. You can burn a couple of them. You burn them inside, it doesn't hurt. It's not going to affect you negatively or anything. It'll actually heat a cold area. If you're like in a bedroom, you know, you don't have heat. You put a couple of those on, it'll keep it up above freezing in a real cold, you know, day or night. You should have one of those in your pack. If the power goes out, you have a couple of those. You can heat water for coffee or tea, soup. You can boil. You can heat water to reconstitute freeze-dried food. You can heat water to, let's say you've got a retort pouch that you need to heat up. You can do that. You can, like if you have like a Hormel Complete or a Dingy Moore 8-ounce retort type pouch, you can put it in the water and heat it. You know, you need to heat some water to, you know, clean yourself. That's what that's for. It's not expensive. You can get sterno, like I usually put a couple of cans of the green sterno. It's like $7. It's about $3.50 a can. You know, these cans will burn for a couple of hours each. So this is like 4 hours. But the other stuff, that stuff will burn for 6 hours for one can. You can light it, turn it off, light it, turn it off, light it, turn it off till you use it up. Good stuff. I also like to, I'll put one of these in, and I'll put, you know, these are like $5 for 24. This comes with 24, it's like $11. I put those in. And like I said, you know, matches. Here's an unopened box. I paid $1.50 for these. $1.50. They go for over $5. How did he do that? Well, he buys when there's on clearance. He buys. When it's on clearance, I buy. Thank you, Belinda. I picked up, how many did I pick up? I picked up 12 or 13 subs in the last few days. I hadn't been picking up subs, I've been stable. I'm at about 1,535 right now. I was up to 1,539. And then for whatever reason, I lost some. You know, they talk about the purge. The purge is real. The purge. Um, I've had issues on occasion with the stream going down. Oh well, you know, and I got a notice YouTube crashed, and then it wants me to, do I want to participate in a report? You know, they want me to make a report of the fact that YouTube crashed on me. My live stream, 20 around 20 minutes into my live stream, YouTube crashed. And I was having a hell of a time getting it back. I couldn't get it back, you know. So, and then somebody was saying, it's your iPad, it's your old iPad. Well, it wasn't my iPad this time, you know. It wasn't that, it was that YouTube crashed on me. Can you imagine the internet crashing? I have been told in the past by people that are tech people that, well, they have to keep adding capacity. They have to add capacity because if you've got, like during the pandemic, everybody was on the internet. They weren't, the people who weren't working, they were on the internet. Well, you get millions and millions and millions and millions and billions of people on the internet, and that can slow the internet down, the connectivity down. You know, so you know we're all victims of technology. When it works, it's a blessing. When it doesn't work, it's a curse. Ia's Mixvlog. Welcome, Ia. Thank you for coming in. So, where Ia's at is over in the Philippines. That's 13 hours ahead of where I'm at. So right now, if it's 7:30 here, it's 8:30 in the morning over there. It's already Wednesday. And she's got a good channel. She's got me beat by, she's got over 10,000 subscribers. So it's like I'm the little guy over here, you know, with my 1,500 and some odd. But she's got a real nice channel. She will show her grandmother. She'll show her grandkids. She's got kids and she's got grandbabies. You know, and she puts out some good content. I like her. You know, she puts out like food content sometimes, and I like her food content. I had to send money to the Register of Deeds in the city where I was born. They went into the archives and sent me a certified copy. Then I had to send for a marriage license. Wow. Okay. Yeah, we were talking earlier because I had to go get my driver's license renewed, and they wanted my birth certificate. And luckily, I had a copy. I had requested a copy of my birth certificate back in the day. You know, when I was in Corpus, went to the county seat, and where they had records, and I got a copy of my birth certificate. I brought it up here with me, and I really have not had to show it for anything, but I had to give them a copy. They had to go and they wanted to make a copy of my birth certificate. I guess they wanted to prove that I was born, you know. Hey, you were born, wonderful. But, you know, in seriousness, nowadays, I don't know, you got to have copies of everything. SD Mountain Man, Scott. And, Scott's got a real good channel. He recently went over 900. He's working on that 1,000. And he'll get there. If you have not subscribed to Scott, the SD Mountain Man, please subscribe him. My nervous habits, I'm always scratching my head and everything. And I shower every day, but I don't know, it's just a nervous habit. I'm always scratching. Thank you for like 17, 11 in the house. We're about 30 minutes in right now. Having to prove your citizenship when they let in the filth of the world. Pisses me off to no end. Well, I'll tell you, there are blue states right now where they are issuing licenses, driver's licenses, to people who are not citizens. The thing about that is that you get a license, and then it's like they want to register you to vote. So you got some of these blue areas, and some of them it does not matter. The fact is that they're going to vote blue no matter what. But then there are some areas that are like borderline type stuff where it's fairly even. Well, they're doing whatever they can to try to throw it over to the left. So they want to try to register some questionable voters, illegally, register voters to some of the places where the funny stuff has happened, like these so-called border ground states, where the night of the election, one candidate was ahead, and then all of a sudden the next morning it's flipped over where the other candidate's ahead by, however many. And like in Georgia, it was like 10,000 votes, and then I think in Arizona it was like 11,000 votes. And before, the other candidate had like 100,000 vote lead, and then all of a sudden overnight, and then they see these, videos where you had people bring after they were closed and they weren't supposed to be there. They're bringing in all these bags of ballots and such. They did some voodoo, and they didn't, and they didn't have the intestinal fortitude to call them on it. Because they didn't want riots, and they didn't want a civil war. They knew that the blue areas would riot. They'd burn everything down. They destroy stuff. And the government would not do anything to stop them. You know. So, big stink, big stink. People are raising Cain. There are a lot of bad things happening, like the deal where you had these National Guardsmen down in Texas, and they had barrier put up, fencing, portable fencing and barrier put up, and you had like a huge number of illegals rush them and just basically tear down the barrier, and then basically rush through the National Guardsmen. Well, there were National Guardsmen that were armed. If they'd have done volley fire, I guarantee you they'd have stopped them. So Texas passed a law that the governor signed into office. I think this was back in like special session. It was in November or December. Authorizing the use of force to to protect or secure the border, and also making it a felony to be an illegal, and making it a felony to assist an illegal. Texas passed that. Now it's being held up by the courts. It's being held for enforcement by the courts. It's, and the Supreme Court did something that they're like saying, that, well, it's the federal government's well, it is the federal government's responsibility to secure the border, but then also it's in our Constitution that if the federal government doesn't enforce the border or doesn't protect the state, then the state will protect itself. And so you've got a situation where you've got the state and the federal government at odds, and all it does is benefit the illegals. So it benefits the illegals. It hurts us and it benefits the illegals. I don't know. You know, the way I see things, if something really bad were to happen, the big cities, the big cities that are blue run, you do not want to be in the big cities that are blue run. You've already had, you know, with the riots and the George Floyd riots and the various things that have happened. You've already had bad stuff, and the government didn't do anything to really stop it. And then when they did arrest people, they didn't prosecute them. But let it be a conservative march, or let it be some conservatives going into the Capitol. Oh, they're trying to overthrow the government. They're trying to do this and they're trying to do that, and nobody was armed. Now it came out that the CIA had people in there. You know, the FBI had people in there, CIA had people in there. You got all these operatives. They didn't want the National Guard there. They turned down the National Guard. They could have had the National Guard. It was offered to them. So there's a lot of stuff coming out. You know, it's like, well, you know, it looks real funny. Looks real funny. And not trying to be a conspiracy type, but I mean, lots of stuff are coming out. If you look at the footage that's coming out, that look like, you know, everybody was afraid for their lives. They're walking around there. The police are walking around there with them. They're just walking around. You know, it's like tourists walking around, you know, touring the place. And then they were talking about all these people who were injured. Well, the only person that was really injured was that Babbitt, I think her name was, the one that the lady was a veteran that got shot in the neck and died by a Capitol police officer, lieutenant police officer. He's since been promoted to, he's now a captain. And there was no investigation. There was no, you know, nothing was done. Hello, Bud Files. Nothing was done. So I'm thinking, oh, and they're scared assless that there's going to be retaliation after the election. It will never happen. But the smartest thing, you know, that the new president could do is hunt me down and make me the border czar and tell me, do whatever you need to do to secure the border. And I will secure the border. I guarantee you, I will secure the border. And you could say the same thing to probably several million other people. Old school. I bet you Uncle Al could secure the border. I bet you Wayne could secure the border. I bet you SD Mountain Man could secure the border. You gave them the authority. They'd do what it took. You know, they would do what it took. So, 9 in the house. We're right at about 40 minutes in. 17 likes. If you have not left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. It would be greatly appreciated. So speaking of preps, you know me and Folgers. These are classic Folgers singles. They've been around for a long time. You tear the package and you got a coffee bag. It's like a tea bag, but it's coffee. Put it in a cup, put the hot water in there, let it steep, dip it a few times, and you've got excellent coffee. This is the only Folgers coffee I will drink that I don't put creamer in it. I'll drink this black without anything. That's how smooth it is. This is smooth coffee. This is smooth coffee. Really smooth coffee. And we are 40 minutes into the live stream. Tomorrow, I have a school function. Wednesday's when I have staff meetings. There's a parent function for STAR. So I will not live stream tomorrow, and I will make a post on my community wall. I'll make a community post that I will not live stream tomorrow. I will be back Thursday, but I will not be here tomorrow to live stream. I need to get Scott's goodie box done. I got all the components and everything. I got the box. I just need to load it, and I need to film that last. I need to film that last section where I load the box and what I put in it. You know, and I will get that done, and then we'll release it as a premiere. You'll enjoy it. Scott will enjoy getting his box. I'll get it to the post office, get it sent off, and then I'll send him a tracking number and tell him what day he's to expect it. And I've sent him stuff before, and he sent me stuff before, and like you know, so hopefully we won't have any problems getting it to him. Dark Nestle's. Could piranhas? Well, I've heard that the government may be looking into putting gators in it. I'd put gators or crocs. Probably gators. I'd put gators in it. Get some gators. Put gators in it. You know. I'd put something in it. Piranhas. There you go. I just think you've got to have people along. You've got to have people along with orders. Shoot. Shoot. If we're being invaded, you got to shoot them. You know. You don't have to do it a lot. You won't have to do it forever. Once they get the ideas, hey, they're shooting them. It'll stop. You could aim for the leg. You don't want to kill them. Shoot them in the leg. You know. We're being invaded. Shoot them. Yeah. I don't know how much grief it would be. Been getting phone calls. Giant tidal wave hit Okinawa. Wow. Okay. I need to look into that one. Yeah, just bring a few from Louisiana. Well, hell, I got them out here in Coleto Creek. There are gators here in our water. 5 hours from the water, but we got them here. They pulled a 12-footer out here a while back. A 12-footer. Shoot. Tidal wave. Nescaf. Yes, I like Nescaf. I love Nescaf. Matter of fact, I usually send Nescaf. I usually send some Folgers and I send some Nescaf in my goodie box. So, Scott, you'll get some Nescaf and you'll get some Folgers. I've never. They do that. You can get gator, like they have stuff going on and they'll have gator meat and you can get gator. I don't. Like they'll have a rattlesnake roundup. You can get rattlesnake. They say it tastes like chicken. I've never ate a snake. Never ate any snake. I don't want to eat any snake, but I mean you can eat snake. PCF and ma'am. Thank you for coming in, PCF and ma'am. $10 in the house, 18 likes. If you have not left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. It'll be greatly appreciated. So as I was saying, I tend to put a means to make fire in my goodie box. I will put some Tabasco sauce in it. I normally put, well, I've got these 3 sitting here for Scott. The SD Mountain Man, they're ready to go in his box. You get a classic, you get a jalapeno, the green sauce, and you get a chipotle. I'll put those in there, and I'll put some Taster's Choice or some Nescafe, and probably Folgers coffee in it. I try to buy things when I can get them on sale. I like to buy clearance. I like to get stuff on sale. And thank you for coming in, Wayne. Appreciate it. Hey, enjoy your cooking. I'll be by to visit your channel. If you're not subscribed to Wayne the Ungrateful Peasant, or if you're not subscribed to his channel, you need to subscribe him. He puts out really good content. I like his little driving videos. He'll drive and he'll talk about things going on. Really good content. Yeah, it is yummy. I tell you what, the green sauce that Uncle Al sent me, he sent me Cholula. This tastes as good to me. I'd have to do some serious comparison shopping between the Tabasco and the Cholula, the green sauce. It's good. I put some of this in some brown rice that I had, and I mean, it really made the brown rice taste good. It was good stuff, you know, and good for tacos. I put it on tacos. Good stuff. It's not expensive, about the same price as the Tabasco. Got it over at Walmart. And he sent me a red sauce, or he sent me the original sauce. I haven't tried the original yet. This is like the original Tabasco sauce. It's good, but it's a little vinegary. So when I was over there, they said they had a third variety, which is the chili garlic. Cholula chili garlic. I bought this one. I haven't tried it. This was not one that Uncle Al sent me, sent the other two, but I bought this one, plan on doing some comparison on it. Good stuff. And those are all 5-ounce bottles, and they go for a little over $3.50 each. Each one's about $3.50. I went over to Sam's Club, and you can buy the 12-ounce. You can buy the 12-ounce at Walmart or HEB or wherever you go. They sell it over at the at Sam's. And the 12-ounce was going for like $5 and something. And they put them on clearance. They put the 12-ounce on clearance for like $3.50. It was $3.47. They had them on clearance for $3.47. So of course I bought 3 of them. And these are the 12-ounce. They're going to last. They're aged in barrels. You know, this is stuff, it'll last. You know, 20 years from now, if I've stored it properly, it'll be good. You know. So, $3.47 a piece. I bought 3 of them. When you can get stuff on sale, buy it. I've shown images of like my pantry. I had in my pantry out in the above my coffee bar. I've got 20 boxes of Ready Wise 72-hour emergency rations. I've got 20 boxes. They normally were going for $40 a box. They had them marked down to $9. $9 as opposed to $40. So I bought 20 of them. They're on clearance. That'll be good 30 years. It has a variety of stuff in it. When you can get stuff like that, buy it. And when you buy it, buy it. That's my advice to you. Crossover Paranormal Society. Not paying attention to my friends coming in, but thank you for coming in, Crossover. I have been talking. You get me talking about food and prepping, and I just go off and don't think about anything. I have to run and batching it, so all the chores and my own supper, plus gotta get packing for Kentucky. Hey, enjoy Kentucky. Shoot footage of that. Release some shorts. Have some images. Good stuff. You know, bring back proof. Nita's Cooking Show. Hello, Nita. Thank you for coming in. Nita's got a wonderful channel. She's up in Canada. She puts out some good food videos. Yeah, Uncle Al said there had been a tidal wave, or I guess over in the Pacific, I think they call them tsunamis. There had been a tidal wave. I hope it didn't affect the Philippines. That would be horrible. It's horrible wherever it affects, but I mean, I hope the Philippines didn't get hit. You know those tidal waves, when the thing goes off, it goes in every direction. Wonderful. I'm glad your family's fine. You know, you have underwater earthquakes. You have a quake under the water. You get stuff falling into the water, massive amounts of, you know, like landslide, underwater landslide and such. Changes it's like a big slosh. I need to do a little research on what happened. It's horrible. That was like when they had that huge earthquake off the coast of Japan that really killed thousands of people and crashed that nuclear power station, swamped that nuclear power station, crashed that nuclear power station, they had like a meltdown. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible that happened. Japan is a beautiful country, beautiful people. They're some of our best allies over in Asia. The South Koreans, the Japanese, the Filipinos, the Taiwanese. Those are our people over there, our allies. They're free people, and they're united against the aggressors. It's like NATO. You know, NATO is an alliance formed after World War II. If y'all are not subscribed to each other, please subscribe. These are all really good channels. 19 likes. If you have not left a like, please leave a like to support the channel. So again, I will say I will not be here tomorrow because Wednesday they're having a parent function at the school, and I will be in late, and I will probably get in prior to 7 o'clock, but I will not feel like live streaming tomorrow, and I don't want to do it if I'm not going to put forth a good effort. If you have not watched my unboxing of Uncle Al's Goodie Box, I released that as a premiere. Good stuff. Please leave a like and a supportive comment. Remember, if you want to be in the drawing for a goodie box for me, and I do send out goodie boxes to my friends, but if you want to be in the and usually the goodie boxes I send out for my subscribers are bigger than the ones that I send out to just goodie boxes. And it usually has a real nice first aid kit in addition to everything else I put in it. So if you want to be in the running for that, you need to leave me a like and a supportive comment on each of the last 5 videos I released before hitting the next 100, which will be 1,600. How long that will take, I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you how long that will take, but the other day I picked up 15 subscribers. So it just depends on how you know, how many subscribers I pick up on a regular basis, and I can get there in a hurry. I was averaging over 100 a month. Slowed way down. And I do appreciate the support. I support those who support me. There are people who regularly run my live streams. They'll run the full stream for me to give me watch time. I do the same thing for them. I support those who support me. I also try to support those in the Modern Day Breakfast Club that support me. So there's 5 or 6 people in the Modern Day Breakfast Club that I regularly have exchange with. They support me, I support them. There's a lot more people in the Modern Day Breakfast Club, but I don't know all of them. They haven't reached out to me, and I really haven't reached out to them, and I'm sorry, but I don't put the time in that I used to put in. I do run a playlist most nights. Overnight, I run a playlist, and when I do, I always leave a like and a supportive comment, letting them know that I did a full replay. And if you'd like to become part of that, let me know, and I would be happy to. I mean, Nita's one of the ones that I've exchanged with before. She's run my stuff, and I've run her stuff. I haven't done it consistently, you know, but we haven't done it consistently to each other, you know. But she's a friend, and I support her, and I enjoy her content. Who is the Modern Day Breakfast Club? You put a hashtag. If you look at the title of my live stream, I put hashtag Modern Day Breakfast Club, and anybody who's in the Modern Day Breakfast Club that comes across that should support you. The problem is that most of the members of the Modern Day Breakfast Club do not, they have not, you know, we haven't come across each other. I haven't reached out to them. They haven't reached out to me. But the ones that have reached out to me or that I've reached out to, we're friends now. The Black Widow channel is part of that. Living My Best Life at 60 Echo is part of that. Yoda baseball cards is part of that. I'm fuddled right now trying to think of who all is involved and who isn't. Hey, and there's my friend Yoda. How's it going, Dave? I mentioned you as being part of Modern Day Breakfast Club, and congratulations to your fiance, Echo, living my best life at 60. She hit her 1,000, and I mean they've been working their butts off, and now she was lacking around 400 watch hours, so I've been running her every night. I've been running a live stream. What I might do is I'll sick the backup channel on her, because I have not been watching her recently with the backup channel, so I can run all that recent stuff. From the backup channel, and she'll get full watch time for it. So I think I'm gonna stick the backup channel on her, and we'll run a bunch of her stuff trying to get her those hours. And if you have not, you need to be subscribed to Living My Best Life at 60. She puts out very good content. I would ask you to subscribe to Yoda baseball cards. And that's the thing is, you know, Dave's got an excellent channel. He puts out excellent, but he's sort of like semi-retired. So it used to be Guru and Wahoo the Turtle. My friend Guru Dave. And he's changed the name of his channel several times, you know. And he's playing with it. He plays. But he's supportive, you know. So if you're not subscribed to him, you need to subscribe. He's a really great guy. Echo is a really great lady, living my best life at 60. And I encourage you to subscribe both of them. The Black Widow channel, that lady puts out some good content. She's part of the Modern Day Breakfast Club. She doesn't live stream, but she puts out really good videos, and some of them are hours long. She puts out a lot of animated stuff, and she spends time. I mean she's got it going. I'm jealous. You know, she puts out quality material. Quality material. Um, yes, yes. And founder of the Modern Day Breakfast Club is Bert's Beats, and I try to watch everything. He has not been putting out the live streams the way he was. He live streams a couple times a week, but he puts out a lot of shorts, and I watch most of his shorts. I get notifications, so if I start going through shorts, it shows them. You know, and I get most of it. He's doing a lot of dog shorts. He's doing a lot of shorts about school. He's very creative. You know, he's a younger man. He's a middle school teacher like I am. We're both middle school teachers, and he puts out a vast amount of material. He supports a lot of channels. Very, very nice young man. And he's got a beautiful voice. He sings. He's got a beautiful voice. He does a lot of cover songs. He's got a really nice voice. You know, young man. Very, very, very good man. If you're not subscribed to him, please subscribe him. And thank you for linking Living My Best Life at 60. Melinda, thank you for doing that. I'm over here talking, not paying attention. So I will not be back tomorrow. I'll try to make a post on my community wall to let everybody know. I'll be back Thursday. I've got a parent function tomorrow night, getting ready for the STAR test, the state assessment. So they got a function tomorrow night for that, and I promised I'd be there. Treat people the way you want to be treated. Lead by example. Every day when you wake up, thank God for the day. You don't know how many days you have. Say the Lord's Prayer. Life is good, but it is what it is. Things happen. And everybody, have a blessed day, and hopefully we'll see you back Thursday for another edition of Coffee Talk. Thank you.